it's a non-alcoholic beer that rivals and tops many alcoholic beers that I've come across. Hi guys, James here from Milk Stout, and I'm back with another beer review, and today is one I've been waiting to do since when I first started these reviews. And this is the beer that made me believe that non-alcoholic beers could actually be interesting, exciting, worth drinking, and in any way like real beer. Now, this is a company that you've heard me mention a few times. It's the Big Drop Brewing Co, and today I've got the Milk Stout. Let's hope that that can focus on there. Now, this is the beer that has won loads of awards for them, and in general my experiences with it so far have been spectacular. So it's funny because I'm not a massive fan of stout in general. I've had the odd Russian Imperial, obviously the occasional Guinness, but not something I really choose. But something about what they've done with this beer makes me feel like I'm drinking a real beer. Now, part of that is because this is the highest calorie non-alcoholic beer that I've ever had. It's around 90 calories. So you're talking over 3 times the amount of calories of nanny steak, for example. But if you're going to make stout, you have to have the right texture. That's really important. So anyway, if this is your first time watching one of my beer reviews, I rate beers using 4 criteria, and that is aroma, flavour, mouthfeel and finish, and I give them a mark each out of 10. So let's get going with this one. Now, it certainly looks the part. Lovely deep colour, a little bit of froth on top. Now, this is not like Guinness. Guinness is a nitrogenated stout, I believe, which gives it that really silky smooth appearance and texture and feel in your mouth. So this isn't like that, and I do like stouts when they're like this, a little bit fresher, sort of have a less manufactured feel, if that makes sense. Anyway, let's get on with the aroma. So, wow, that is actually fantastic. Okay, imagine 90% dark chocolate, cocoa nibs, coffee grounds from quite a dark roast coffee. Wow, that's a lovely mixture. And then, I don't know, some sort of dark berry-ish or molasses smell. It's really enticing, and it's a beautiful, beautiful smell. And I'm going to give that 8.5 out of 10, which is a high score. All right, okay, I'm really excited to taste this now. I've been looking forward to it all day. Cheers. Oh, yes. See, that's what I was waiting for. That is like the best chocolate milkshake mixed with a bit of coffee and dark molasses, but balanced with a tiny bit of bitterness. And actually the bitterness is growing in a good way. But it's quite impressive. It's like cocoa nibs, dark chocolate, but also some milk chocolate milkiness. I mean, this is a milk stout. It's called Milk Stout, so literally it does have a sort of, you know when you were a kid and you had cold chocolate, you know, like hot chocolate, but you made it cold instead? It feels a bit like that. And they've used oats in here. I promise you, I didn't know this. I've not read the label all the way to the end before. One of the ingredients is cocoa nibs. Well, that makes a lot of sense. It tastes and smells like cocoa nibs. It's a great flavour. It's slightly less complex and exciting than the nose, but only slightly less. I'm going to give this flavour an 8 out of 10. So we're looking at a really high score so far. Alright, mouthfeel. Now, something I like about the mouthfeel on this beer is it's just rich enough, thick enough to coat your tongue, but you see it has this sort of frothy bubbliness to it, and that is just stopping it from being too luxurious, from sort of overtaking completely and making you feel a bit nauseous. It's quite a heavy beer. For a non-alcoholic beer, it's very heavy, but the mouthfeel, being that it is not as rich and overpowering as maybe the smell and flavour, which are great, actually helps just to draw it back a bit from being over the top. I'm going to give the mouthfeel 7 out of 10. I do feel that there could be a little bit more in the mid palate. Now, this is a wine sort of term, which is where my background is wine. It does, somehow it just disappears off the tongue in the middle of the flavour, and it just leaves a little bit wanting in that respect, but it's still great. The finish is going on and on and on, still there. This really is a wonderful beer. I don't have much negative to say about it, to be honest. I'm going to give the finish 8.5 out of 10 as well. That went on for a good 8 to 10 seconds, and not a single bit of it wasn't delicious. Too many negatives there. That was a delicious finish. Almost enough to make you emotional. It's a non-alcoholic beer that rivals and tops many alcoholic beers that I've come across. Off the top of my head, that'll be by far our highest scoring beer by several points. So what can I say? You can find it online, Big Drop Brewing Co. Stout. Make sure, I don't know if they make more than one stout, I'm not sure they do, but Milk Stout, this particular one. I'm going to go and find myself another one in the fridge to go with dinner. That is truly spectacular stuff. Alright, see you on the next one. And by the way, if you like these beer reviews, please subscribe to the channel. We do beer reviews, we do steak sort of videos. They're not challenges. We're trying to find out the best way to cook steak, the best cuts of steak. And then there are other, recipe videos, food stuff in general. And soon we're going to be bringing in some wine reviews as well. So if you like all that kind of stuff, please subscribe. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And see you next time. Cheers.